Vice President J.D. Vance and his family were in Vermont over the weekend for a skiing vacation. However, they were greeted by hundreds of protesters. In fact, many accused Vance of being an embarrassment for disrespecting Ukrainian President Zelensky. In fact, one skier even casually asked the vice president how it felt to be Putin's puppet. Hundreds held signs in support of Ukraine, while many chanted slogans aimed at the vice president, telling him to go ski in Russia.
Ski Russia, because J.D. Vance has no friends in Vermont, but he's got lots of them in Russia, so he should go there for vacation.
We wanted to give him a positive welcome rally of support of Vermonters and the process and the things that him and President Trump are doing for our great country.
And though the demonstrations were in fact planned days in advance, they were energized on Saturday after the fiery White House exchange on Friday. Vice President Vance led the attack on President Zelensky before President Trump even joined the fray. The meeting had largely been cordial until Vice President spoke up and accused President Zelensky of campaigning for the Democrats during the 2024 presidential election. Notably, the Ukrainian leader did visit an ammunition factory in the crucial swing state of Pennsylvania before meeting then Vice President Kamala Harris at the White House. However, it must be noted that the Ukrainian president was only meeting incumbent office holders as part of protocol and was not campaigning for Democrats. Now, after the spat with President Zelensky, it wasn't just the vice president who took a break just 6 weeks into taking office. After publicly reprimanding his Ukrainian counterpart, President Donald Trump was seen golfing at his Mar-A-Lago estate in Florida. And while the commander-in-chief golfed in the Sunshine State, hundreds protested outside the White House.
We all work together. I hope that Europe stands up and helps Ukraine, and I hope that we go back to Europe and Ukraine. If we let them in the dust, that's terrible history. I don't want that to be a reality, so I'm going to say no to it, however I can.
Well, unfortunately, I'm so incredibly impressed with Zelensky. He handled that situation so well in the Oval Office. But what Trump did was a disgrace to the United States, to the world. What he did really deserves a big response from everybody, and that's what I'm here for today. Is I just want to be heard, and I want people to pay attention.
And now, as world leaders drum up support for President Zelensky, President Trump and J.D. Vance are facing backlash at home for how they publicly interacted with a foreign leader who was invited by the White House. Vance's attack on a visiting head of state is completely atypical and unprofessional for a U.S. vice president, a position that is largely seen as ceremonial with no other duties as outlined in the U.S. Constitution than to offer tie-breaking votes in the U.S. Senate. And J.D. Vance has gone from once comparing Donald Trump to Hitler just 8 years ago to now openly becoming a political brawler for the 47th president. What a difference 8 years make.
Merci beaucoup. Hi, how are you?
Very well, thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Namaste, Mr. President.
Bharat Kelogan, Komeri Namaste.
How many people generally follow you in interviews?
Typically in a month, we have viewers up to 150 million. That's more than twice the population of France. And in the last 2 years, we had 3 billion viewers. So I say, Laurent, this is your chance to be famous. You're on Firstpost. One word to describe your equation with Prime Minister Modi.
Amitié.
As India and France work together, are you creating a new era of non-alignment in the technology space?
India is a training superpower. 1 million engineers a year, more than all of Europe and the US combined. So we have that partnership. We have a partnership on the environment and the economy. We also have civilian nuclear programs, and that is something we've developed far beyond the France-India relationship. So we want to work together on AI.
And then comes China with its DeepSeek, creating models at a fraction of the cost. Did that innovation take you by surprise? Did that breakthrough make you sit up and think, what did the Chinese do and how?
But what did DeepSeek do? They took everything that was already available from the last AI model, and then they recalibrated it.
So are you going to ban Chinese AI in France?
So we don't have this American approach of banning tech because of where it comes from.